Meghan didn't need Harry's help in ruining her image. She was capable of doing that all by herself. A royal expert is claiming that Meghan Markle is being tainted by Harry's ghastly royal family bombshells, but I think she did a fine job of that all on her own. Hello friends, welcome to the King YouTube channel. At this point, nobody can deny that Meghan Markle's image has certainly been tainted. Her reputation is in the toilet, her brand is toast. But who should be blamed for Meghan's lack of popularity? Could it possibly be her husband Harry's fault, or is it because of her own behavior? Let's think back to some of the bombshells that were dropped in Harry's book Spare. First of all, he claimed that his father made a few cruel jokes at his expense, including, "Who knows if I'm even your real father? Perhaps your father really is in Broadmoor, my dear son." Of course, this is just Harry's side of the story, so we have no way to confirm whether or not this really happened. But anyway, if it did, sure, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. If it really did happen, alright, that's not a very nice thing for a father to say. But clearly, Harry was just trying to make Charles look bad. That's why he included this little story in his book. He also claimed that his father didn't even give him a hug after their mother passed away. Harry also claimed that William made some rude comments about Meghan. We don't know exactly what the rude comments are. They were probably just accurately describing Meghan as a person, but whatever. Sure, Harry. Royal family bad, Sussex good. We get the picture. Well, recently, the royal expert Richard Kay has weighed in on Meghan and Harry, and he believes that Harry's book has made it difficult for Meghan to open up about her next projects. Richard suspects that Meghan's silence is going to make it even more difficult for her to improve her image. Questioning why Meghan has been so quiet lately, he said, "Is it because she wanted to give a bit more space to Harry, who had so much to get off his chest this year with his ghastly book and his interviews about his family? Maybe she wanted to put a bit of clear blue water between what he had to say and what she's going to do next. Didn't want to taint her brand." I often agree with what Richard Kay has to say, but this time I'm not so sure. I mean, maybe this was her idea. Maybe her idea was that she was going to let everybody forget about what Harry said in the book before she releases her book or starts up her next business or whatever it's going to be. But as far as this claim that Harry's book could possibly taint her brand, I don't agree. I think Meghan has tainted her brand all by herself. She didn't need any help from Harry. Even though it technically started before that, let's talk about the Oprah Winfrey interview because that really kicked things off. Meghan herself told so many lies in that interview. At that point, many people were turned off. Now, initially, right after the interview, many people did feel sympathy for Meghan because they believed what she had to say. But then, as the lies were exposed, fewer and fewer people were rushing to her defense. That was the first major strike against her. Well, since then, it has just been flop after flop after flop. Meghan has not made herself look better. I mean, in fact, with everything she does, she just makes herself look worse. Think recently to that fake car chase in New York. I think I understand why Meghan made up that lie. She thought that people were going to feel sympathy for her and Harry, that they were going to be reminded of what happened with the late Princess Diana, and they were going to blame the royal family for allowing or nearly allowing the same thing to happen to Meghan and Harry. Well, of course, that lie was exposed as a big fat lie, and they didn't get any sympathy, they just got laughed at. Lately, it does seem like a pattern has emerged. Meghan does something to try to get positive publicity. It backfires, and then she lays low for a while. So Richard Kay is also wondering if Meghan has stayed quiet a little too long. He said, however, what is her brand, and will that brand still be there? The longer she's out of the public eye, the harder it will be to kickstart it. And I think he's got a good point there. I mean, Meghan is desperate to stay relevant. It seems like WME also may have figured out that oversaturation was a real problem for her. So I noticed lately we'll get these bursts where we get a lot of Meghan in the parking lot, Meghan out to concerts and things like that. But then it'll be followed up by a period of time when Meghan is not in the news so much. And we keep hearing about all this stuff that's about to happen. Meghan is on the brink of something, she's on the cusp of something, and then we never hear anything about it. So obviously, they're trying to keep people's interest up. Are they succeeding though? Probably not. It's already been a few months since Meghan signed on with WME, and we're still waiting to see exactly what kind of jobs they're going to get for her. I mean, again, we keep hearing about this stuff that's about to happen, and then nothing ever happens. And we still don't even know, what is it they're talking about? Supposedly, there was that new online business or just a blog or an Instagram account. Who knows what it was supposed to be because it never came to fruition. And as far as Meghan returning to acting, I think it's pretty clear by now that is never going to happen. Even if she wanted to, nobody wants to work with her and nobody wants to cast her. I know Suits has been doing well on Netflix lately, but that's not because of Meghan. Maybe some people like the show because, well, let's be real, there's just not that much out there on Netflix to watch. But it's not because Meghan is such a talented actress. I mean, she has no talent. On that show, she basically plays herself. And in Meghan's current acting role as Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, wife to Prince Harry and humanitarian/philanthropist, I wouldn't say she's doing very well because she's certainly not convincing anyone. I mean, one executive in the industry said that she didn't have any talent, and then another one, the Spotify executive, said that she was a grifter. If people are using words like that to describe her, then no, I don't think she's succeeding in trying to convince everybody that she's loved all around the world and she's such a humanitarian and really cares about people. Another PR expert, according to The Mirror, has weighed in. Kieran Elsby has told The Mirror this is a longer period of time than is typically expected for a new client to secure deals, which suggests that Meghan may be struggling to find her footing in Hollywood, end quote. Meghan has been struggling to find her footing in Hollywood since she was a child. All she ever wanted was to be a big star and be adored by people all around the world. And that is why she's so bitter. The one thing that she truly wants, fame, not infamy, but fame. She wants to be adored. No amount of money can buy that. It doesn't matter who she hires as her PR agency. People can see right through her, and that is the problem. Kieran went on to say that it's possible that Meghan is still in the early stages of developing her projects and doesn't want to announce anything until she's sure they're ready. It's also possible that she's been rejected from potential partnership deals, which could be demoralizing and make her reluctant to share her plans with the public. Well, okay, I'm sure she is being rejected. Who would agree to work with her at this point? What she did with Spotify was awful. I mean, that was grifting at its finest. She and Harry signed that contract worth, what, $20 million? And then Spotify found out that they can't actually produce anything. They don't have any talent. They don't have any skills. They have no idea about how to make good content. And Spotify spent so much money trying to help them, hiring all these people to try to help the two of them. But it didn't work because, oh, wait a minute, they're lazy. They don't even want to put in any work. It's not only that they don't have any talent, they're also work shy. In conclusion, Meghan can try to blame Harry all she wants for the fact that nobody likes her. But I don't believe for a second it was Harry who tainted her brand. And I don't think it was the opposite either. I'm not going to say that Meghan tainted Harry's brand. In fact, I think they were in this together. They and they alone are to blame for the situation they find themselves in now. They and they alone have been the architects of their demise. So what's going to happen from here, who knows? Is Meghan ever going to get this project off the ground? Well, probably not, because I do believe it's going to take some support, some partnership. But no company wants to work with her at this point. Do I feel sorry for her, though? Well, absolutely not. Meghan, honey, it is finally time to reap what you have sown. And you, what do you think about this news? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments section. Before you go, don't forget to like and share this video with anybody else who would enjoy it. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.